Very special episode, very, very special session. An ode to the Nightingale, Lata Mangeshkar. Sunita, thank you so much for such a beautiful invocation to start this very special evening, brought to everyone by the Nehru Centre, London, the cultural hub for the High Commission of India in UK. Ladies and gentlemen, I first welcome on stage our actual host for this evening, Mr. Amish Tripathi. Namaskar and good evening, Amishi.
Namaste Nani ji, Namaste Sunita ji, how are you?
So,
Namaste. Thank you, Amish ji, and wonderful to be doing this very special and meaningful and emotional event for Lataji at the Nehru Center platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's our honor to be hosting this.
thank you. It's a pleasure. But before we proceed, I would like to give a little bit of more information about Amishji because many people know him as an author or as the director of Nehru Center, but he's a man who has a lot behind him. So, just a short profile of Amishji. He's a diplomat, an author, and a columnist. He took over as the director of Nehru Center in London in October 2019. Listed among the 50 most powerful Indians by India Today magazine in 2019, Forbes India has regularly ranked Amish among the top 100 most influential celebrities in India. He was also selected as an Eisenhower Fellow, a prestigious American program for outstanding leaders from around the world in 2014. Amish published his first book in 2010 and has written 7 books till date, which are extremely popular. On Lataji's passing away, he said, India has lost its voice. One of the greatest artists of our nation, in fact, our civilization. She has left a mark on our collective hearts and moved on. Goddess Saraswati is welcoming back her fine pupil. We will miss you, Lata Didi. Amishji, over to you.
Thank you so much, Nani ji, Sunita ji, for organizing this program. And if I may say, it's an honor for the Nehru Center to be hosting this. Before we call in the major guests, if I may say a few things on Lata Didi, with your permission, Nani ji.
Yes, please.
I meant every word of what I posted in my tweet here. Here was perhaps one of the finest artists of our civilization. Sunita ji just played the tune of a wonderful song which brought tears to my eyes, which is why I was a little emotional when I just came on stage. I mean, the high points of our nation and even the low points in the early 60s when we had suffered this terrible defeat to China and our nation was heartbroken. She gave voice to our emotions and give us the strength to carry on. Uh, she was special beyond belief. Her talent was special beyond belief. But I think, in my mind, what truly made her even more remarkable was her character. Anyone who's met her would tell you she was so humble, so polite. She had a childlike innocence. She had enormous discipline. uh, it's difficult to believe from the 40s till now. I mean, she dominated our cultural paradigm with such a light touch because she was so dedicated to her craft. Riyaz, She was a feminist, an Indian style feminist, before it even became, because the Western style feminist at times can become man hating, which is negative. But she, even in the 50s and 60s, she demanded and earned more than the male playback singers. That was her, the power that she commanded, and yet she did it with such a light touch. uh, we all know, it was always delicately never mentioned. She had this wonderful relationship, this love, and she followed the diktats of the two respective families. But she didn't give up on it either. And that is,
Hmm.
to me, she just represents so much of what the Shakti approach is in India. Very powerful woman, brilliantly talented, and yet always so humble with a childlike innocence. She wasn't just a fine artist, she was a fantastic role model that all women and all men, indeed all Indians, can draw inspiration from and try to learn from. That's what she means, I think, to us Indians.
That's
Um,
beautifully put. Beautifully put. And you've actually encompassed entire Lataji's journey. And she was another powerhouse of another level altogether. And I don't think we will ever witness that kind of energy or that kind of the influence that she kind of brought around.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And to take the program further, the very, very
Yes.
special guests that we have, Dani ji, if we may invite them.
Yes, absolutely. So now I'm going to say, like, the hosts sitting over here, which is Amish ji and Sunita, of course, I'm including her in the hosts, and me. We welcome on stage our very special guest today, Shri Anup Jalota ji. Namaskar and good evening, Anup ji.
Namaste,
मेरी
Anup.
नमस्कार स्वीकार करें। बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। अमित जी, आपको मेरी नमस्कार। कितना काम आप करते हैं, मुझे तो आपको प्रणाम करना चाहिए।
अरे नहीं नहीं
यू
नहीं
पीपल
अनूप
आर
जी।
वर्किंग सो मच, हमारे कल्चर के लिए, हमारे देश के लिए जो आप लोग काम कर रहे हैं, मैं नमन करता हूं आप लोग।
अनूप जी, आप
This-
हमारे बुजुर्ग हैं। आप जो कर रहे हैं, आप जिस पथ पर चले उसी पे हम बहुत पीछे छोटे छोटे कदम लगा रहे हैं। आपने जो हमारी संस्कृति, हमारे भारत देश के लिए किया है, उसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत नमन।
So, इससे पहले कि हम अनूप जी कुछ बताएं हमें लता दीदी के बारे में या कुछ भी, मैं कुछ शब्द अनूप जी के बारे में शेयर करना चाहूंगी सबके साथ। So Sri Anup Jalota is an Indian singer, musician, and actor best known for his performances in Hindu devotional music and bhajans. Hails from the Sham Chaurasi Gharana of Punjab. He is popularly known as the Bhajan Samrat. Anup ji has some precious memories of Lata ji. On stage or in recording studios, they had some great conversations over meals and watched cricket together. On her passing away, he said, musicians like her are not born. She took an avatar to teach music to the whole world. She was not just a singer, but a role model of a perfectionist. That's so, so true, Anoopji. So, so true. Anoopji, we would love to hear from you about your interactions with Lata Didi. You've been so closely associated. You've been in the music industry and as an artist as well. We would love to hear from you about you and Lata Didi.
लता जी से मेरा बहुत प्यारा संबंध रहा। लता जी से मेरी आखिरी जो फोन पे बात हुई, उसको 3 महीने हुए।
Oh,
और जो लास्ट उनका व्हाट्सएप मुझे आया था, वो 2 जनवरी को आया था। उसके बाद उनका व्हाट्सएप नहीं आया, क्योंकि उनकी तबीयत गड़बड़ होने लगी थी। लेकिन 2 जनवरी तक रोज एक व्हाट्सएप, उसमें कोई अपना गाना भेजती थी, कभी कोई चुटकुला भेजती थी, कभी कोई हमारी उनकी कोई पुरानी पिक्चर उनको मिल जाती थी तो वो भेज देती थी। मैं भी उनको भेज देता था, मैं भी चुटकुले भेजता था। और फोन पे मैं उनको वो गाना सुनाता था जो उन्होंने बहुत पहले रिकॉर्ड किया, लेकिन वो रिलीज नहीं हुआ। तो
oh,
बड़ी खुशी।
अनूप जी आपकी आवाज चली गई है। अनूप जी, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है। अनूप जी, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ
आवाज
रही।
की-
नहीं नहीं अनूप जी, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
अब पिक्चर भी आएगी, आवाज भी आएगी,
हाँ।
दोनों आएगी।
आ गए, अभी आ गए।
क्या है?
जी।
तो इतना कमाल होता था कि दीदी कहती थी, वो ये गाना आपको कहाँ मिला? मैं तो भूल भी गई। तो मैंने उनको, हाँ आपने गाया था लेकिन रिलीज नहीं हुआ। मैं आप लोगों को सुनाता हूँ थोड़ा। रविंद्र जैन जी का संगीत, उन्हीं का लिखा हुआ। जो दर्द दिया तुमने गीतों लेंगे, आंखें भी न छलकेंगी, जी भर के भी रो लेंगे।
हाँ,
ओ, जो दर्द दिया तुमने गीतों में पिरो लेंगे, आंखें भी न छलकेंगी, जी भर के भी रो लेंगे। ओ, जो दर्द दिया तुमने।
क्या
अब
Wow.
देखिए ये गाना मैं आपको सुनाता हूँ, जिसमें वायलिन का बहुत काम है, लेकिन वायलिन डुएट यहाँ एक साथ नहीं बज सकता क्योंकि डिले होता है 3 सेकंड का। लेकिन मैं
हम्म।
आपको सुनाता हूँ, फिर थोड़ा सा सुनीता जी आप बजा भी देना। एक लाइन में गाता हूँ, फिर आप बजाओ। एक प्यार का नगमा है,
क्या बात।
मौजों की रवानी है। अब आप बजाएं।
मेरा स्केल अनूप जी।
ओके। जिंदगी और कुछ भी
वाह।
नहीं,
हाँ,
तेरी मेरी कहानी है।
हाँ, हाँ। ब्यूटीफुल, ब्यूटीफुल, ब्यूटीफुल।
अनूप जी, आपकी आवाज चली गई फिर से।
ठीक काम।
मौजों की रवानी है।
वाह।
सुनीता जी कमाल है, आप कमाल, क्या बजाती है, वाह 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 वाह।
आपने आपने हुक्म
ब्यूटीफुल।
किया तो मैं नहीं बजा, बट स्केल लुक एट अनूप जी, कमाल किया अनूप जी ने जस्ट
आई नो,
नाउ
अमेजिंग।
because
Immediately
Anup,
just took the same.
yes, he changed this because I have violinists, you know, you cannot change the scale very quickly and he changed इतना ऊंचा ही sang.
अच्छा, मैं आपको एक
Immediately.
एक 4 लाइन सुनाता हूँ एक भजन की, जो
जी,
लता जी मुझसे हमेशा कहती थी वो सुना दो, उनको बहुत अच्छा
जी,
लगता
जी।
था। ऐसी लागी लगन,
हाँ,
उनको
मेरे
बहुत पसंद था।
अरे बहुत पसंद।
ऐसी लागी लगन, मीरा हो गई मगन, वो तो गली 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 हरि गुन गाने
हाँ,
लगी, महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली, मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगी, ऐसी लागी लगन, मीरा हो गई मगन।
वाह, वाह, वाह।
बहुत 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 खूबसूरत अनूप जी। और आप मतलब इतनी अच्छी बातें और इतना, I mean, it's just very difficult to speak with so much going on. But I think what we need to do is we need to bring our next guest up on
Yes,
stage,
yes.
because I can see him
यस,
sitting backstage and enjoying the music. But let's get him up on stage. So, our very special guest, Dr. M.N. Nanda Kumar, or Nanda ji as we all call him.
नमस्ते।
नमस्ते नंदा जी।
नमस्कार नंद कुमार जी,
नमस्ते,
नमस्कार
नमस्ते,
नमस्कार
नमस्ते
कुमार जी।
अमीश जी, नमस्ते अनूप जी, नमस्ते नानी जी,
व्हाट अ
सुनीता
प्लेजर
जी
सीइंग
नमस्ते।
यू।
So, welcome today, Nandaji, to the special show Ode to the Nightingale, Lata Mangeshkar. But before we speak, we get Nandaji to speak, I would like to share a little bit about him as well. So, Nandaji is the Executive Director, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, London. Popularly known as Nandaji, as I just said, came here as a student, and now it's been 45 years with the Bhavans, working to spread the essence of our art and culture. He comes from a small village called Mattur in Karnataka, perhaps the only village where Sanskrit is spoken fluently. Lata Didi was a patron at the London Bhavan, and Nandaji first met her in 1978. So it goes back a long, long time. So, Nandaji, we would love to hear from you about your time that you spent with Lataji. And of course, you were telling me a few stories yesterday when we were talking, but they were so interesting. And what precious memories you have, and what precious stories. So, please
I
share with
can
us.
I consider myself really lucky and blessed that I was able to meet Lataji, somebody whom we have been listening to, whose songs from our childhood never ever imagined in my life one day I will meet her and take her blessings. For this, I would like to thank now first Amish ji and the Indian High Commission for giving me this opportunity. To all of you, Nani ji, Sunita ji, and of course our dear Anup ji, thank you very much for this opportunity for me to be able to share some of the association I had with our Lataji when she visited Bhavan. I came in 1977. Prior to that one, she had visited the Bhavan. She was simplicity and profundity personified. Somebody who was so very special. You feel as if you are talking to somebody from your family. That's the kind of feeling she would create. And I didn't meet her during her first visit to the Bhavan. Second visit also I couldn't meet her, but we were given an opportunity to support a concert wherein Lataji and Kishorji were performing here at the Bhavan. The minute she came to know that Bharati Vidya Bhavan is helping, she announced that we have to give some donation to the Bhavan. £10,000 at that time was a lot of money, and we were struggling. We used to go to people with our begging bowl, asking to help the Bhavan. At that time, Lataji, through that concert, donated £10,000 to our Bhavan. Then,
Wow.
during one of the occasions, we were to invite her to come to Bhavan and visit and our new center. So then we all went to invite her to her flat, which was opposite a large cricket ground. The minute we entered inside, along with me was our previous executive director, Mr. Mathur Krishnamurthy, who is no more, and Mr. Kishore Devani, our treasurer, no more. But we went inside. The minute we went there, there were some helpers were there. They made us sit there. And then Lataji comes out with a plate full of juices. And she served each and every one of us.
Wow.
Only after we drank, then she said, "Now tell me what you want." That's the first instance, and I was totally dumbfounded. I didn't know what to say. I was just sitting and watching the other people spoke the way they spoke to Lataji. Then afterwards, she visited London Bhavan along with Sir J. Gohel for a function. I think perhaps it was our Independence Day function with our High Commissioner as the chief guest. Then, in the year 1988 89, Bhavan was celebrating 50 years. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan back in India, it was started in 1938. And we were celebrating all over the world 50 years of the Bhavan. And we were having so many programs. One of the program was by Lalgudi Ji Jayaraman and his son Lalgudi Krishnan and Vijay Lakshmi Ji. They were giving a concert for the Bhavan here in London. That morning we were getting ready for the program. Suddenly I received a phone call. Immediately I knew it was Lataji on the other side. I immediately said, "Namaste, Lataji. How do you know it's me?" I said, "The whole world knows. It is Lataji. The minute you pick up and they speak to you, they will recognize." And she was smiling. And then Nandu, I gather you have a concert by Lalgudi ji, the great musician. I would like to come. Do you think it's okay? Am I not imposing myself? Am I not disturbing you? I said, "Not at all. We will all be honored. Moreover, Lal Guruji will be so happy that you would be attending the concert. Then I will come." Then I said, "No, we will come and collect you and drop you back." Immediately after that, I mentioned this to our director, Mathuri Nanda. "You should go. Don't send anybody. Go. do namaskar first and make sure that our car is neat and tidy where she is going to sit. And then she sat literally next to me, and every day in the car we used to play music. Most of the songs were, Rataji, Rafiji, and Kishorji, and all these songs. The first song, the minute I switched my car radio, during that time the tape recorder, it was of different kind. Ajib Dasata hai, that song. You all
Uh,
listen to this song, she said. We always listen to this. Not only this, there are so many songs. Every day we keep on listening to this golden voice, and which has made all of us proud. And your contribution to our culture is immeasurable. Saying this, as we talked, the Bhavan just came in no time. I wanted to go slowly, but still, by the time we reached the Bhavan, she was so happy. She went round the building. She came to our house, had a cup of tea with the artist, and then she stayed throughout the concert for the first half. She had told me, Nandu, I have guests at home, but I have to come for this concert by Lal Gudiji because he's such a great artist. Actually, Lal Gudiji was honored by Lataji during one of the concerts, in Pune. She used to organize for her father, in the name of her father, I
Mhm.
think. And Lal Gudiji is one of the persons whom she had invited. So he also felt so happy. During the interval, just before we concluded for the first half, she was invited to come onto the stage. She spoke. She mentioned about the concert, how good, and also she mentioned about her association with the Bhavan. Every time, whenever we spoke to her, her humility, utter humility, came through her words, her simplicity. That's why I said profundity and simplicity together. When people describe about Ramayana of Valmiki's style of narrating, their great scholars have mentioned simplicity and profundity personified in that. Lataji's way of dealing things were that. And she was so very, very special. We can never forget the incident, the time when she came and visited and blessed our Bhavan. We are eternally grateful for her blessings, for being our patron until she left to the other world to be united with the Supreme Lord. We am very, very grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity to share this unique experience of ours with Lataji. Even though she was our patron, she said, is it okay if I came? I'm not going to be a burden. If you have been sold out, how are you going to manage? That's what the kind of humility she had. I said, please, we are all honored. It's all, even now I can't believe it happened like that. We were so happy that we have had an association with such great artists like Bharata Ratnas, Ravi Shankar, Lataji, Subbalakshmi ji, Dr. Balamurali Krishna. All these people have made our place, our culture what it is today. We feel proud that their contribution is helping us to forge ahead with the work that we are all involved. Once again, thank you so much.
Beautiful, Nandaji. Actually, and see, I mean, her humility came through and through. I mean, she could have just said that I want to just come in here, Lal Guru ji, and just like, I'm just coming. But it wasn't that. It was, do you have a seat for me? Can I come and watch? I mean, it's amazing. You don't see artists like that. No, I mean, there aren't artists like that. So it's
Absolutely.
a different level. So Amish, I know that you have to leave soon, but can I just quickly introduce at least Padmaja, and then we can continue
Yes,
with
please.
her conversation later. So our next guest today is none other than the Padma Shri Padmaja Fenani Joglekar. She unfortunately could not join us live, so she has sent a small video for us, which I think I can play after Amish leaves because I know that he has to leave. But allow me to introduce her while Amish is still here.
Yes.
Yes. So, brought up in the tradition of Indian classical music, Padmaja, a graduate in microbiology, opted for a career in music. A student of Pandit Jasraj, she was awarded the Padma Shri in 2001. Padmaja Fenani Joglekar recalled some of her experiences with Lata Mangeshkar. She has actually had some very, very precious moments with her and stated that the Indian Nightingale spirit will always be with us. She talked to Lataji about having a duet with her, and Lataji supported her. To get support from an established star and a legend like Lataji was a very special moment. Lataji is still with all of us, and her voice is immortal. So before I go and I play Padmaja's, the video that she has shared with us, I definitely want to introduce our guest Sunita Bhuiya because I didn't speak anything about her because we just presented her on the screen.
Nani, why
So
this formality? Why this formality?
Sunita, Sunita, it's part of my protocol. So here we go. If Amish, please convince her. Tell her that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's certainly needed. Not that
Yes.
anyone needs an introduction to Sunita ji. All of us know her.
Yeah, no, but it's for some of the audiences that actually hearing us for the first time, they know that Sunita is integral part of the Nehru Center, and so Sunita is an Indo-fusion violinist and vocalist from Assam, wears many hats, but today she has her musical one on. Like she said, she told me, she's saying, I may never have interacted with Lataji directly, but her music, voice, and songs have had a great impact on my work as a musician. Listening to Lataji sing, I realized that music is the purest form of expression. And Sunita so beautifully said, that's so, so true. Music truly is the
मैं
purest form of
मैं
expression.
एक आपको कमाल की बात बताऊं।
जी बोलिए।
Ji.
जिस नाम के आगे TA लगता है वो लोग बहुत नाम करते हैं, जैसे टाटा, बाटा, मिनोल्टा, ट्रिवोल्टा, लता,
Wow.
सुनीता, जलोटा।
Arey, Janup ji.
So
Oh God.
अमरीश और नंद जी और नन्ही का तो कोई स्कोप ही नहीं है यहाँ पे ठीक है
नहीं,
अजीब
टीए जहां लग
Anup
गया
ji, Anup,
Sunita
वहां कुछ हो
Anup
जाता।
ji and Anup
Sunita
ji.
ji, we always thought Anup ji was a man of music. Today we are
No,
discovering he's a man of words as well.
man of words. And I wanted to just say that this is the second time that Anup ji has come on the Nehru Center platform, along with me together.
Yeah.
So in Assamese they say Tinibar and Nibar. So the third time, I hope Anup ji does a live show either at the
at
Nehru
the
Center,
Nehru.
London, and I
And
hope
I will physically come to
I can
host
also
it.
accompany him. And
अच्छा, मैं
Nandan ji,
दो लाइन
He would
दो लाइन
love to
सुनाना
host it.
चाहता हूँ
He would love to
जो
host it.
नंद जी
Sorry,
ने
yeah.
अपने बोलने में एक गाने का जिक्र किया था,
जी।
वो मैं दो
Ji,
लाइन सुनाता
lovely.
हूँ। अजीब दास्तां है ये,
Ah,
कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, न तुम समझ सके न हम। अजीब दास्तां है ये, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, न तुम समझ सके न हम।
वाह, वाह।
एक
wow.
बार लता जी का प्रोग्राम इंग्लैंड में कवेंट्री में हो रहा था।
Mm-hmm.
शी वॉज सिंगिंग लाइव इन अ शो इन कवेंट्री। मैं सुनने चला गया, मैं लंदन में था उन दिनों, तो मैंने कहा मैं सुन के आता हूँ। मैं ऑडियंस में बैठा हुआ था। लता जी ने मुझे देखा कि मैं ऑडियंस में बैठा हूँ, तो उन्होंने 2-3 गाने गाने के बाद बोला कि अनूप जलोटा जी यहाँ बैठे हैं, मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो स्टेज में आए, मेरे साथ एक गाना गाएं।
Amazing. Amazing.
एंड आई
Wonderful.
sang with her on the stage in Coventry.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
Now
ऐसी
that is
ऐसी थी
it.
वो,
That is it.
ऐसी थी।
Amazing.
उनके लिए talent meant add the talent and grow it together. It was never a threat to her.
What a big heart she has.
अल्लाह तेरो नाम,
Ah,
ईश्वर तेरो नाम, अल्लाह तेरो नाम,
Wow.
ईश्वर तेरो नाम, सबको सम्मति दे भगवान,
क्या बात.
अल्लाह तेरो
Mhm.
नाम।
beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful. अभी I think अमीश जी को बोलने का मौका दिया जाए, फिर हमारे को पद्मा जी को भी लाना है. because
Yes.
I know that he's getting late for his meeting, and we don't want him getting thrown out of his meeting. So
Na-
you know how they
Nadi,
say you're late, you
ब्यूरोक्रेसी
go
में
to the
मार
corner.
पड़ती है.
Nadi, if
और
I can
it's
interrupt, if I
sorry,
can interrupt,
go ahead, Sunita ji.
if I can interrupt and and or maybe after Amish ji says his goodbye to us for now, only for now. I would like to. A song has come to my mind, which is extremely close to two Bharat Ratnas, both
Uh-huh.
Bhupendra and Lata ji. But before that, Amish
Oh,
ji, over to you.
Yeah.
okay. I assume it is the Ganga ji ka song that
It is the film made by uh, Bhupendra's partner
Rudali.
Kalpana Lajmi,
okay.
Rudali,
हाँ
and the
Rudali.
song
हाँ
is the Assamese song. Can I
yeah.
play a line
प्लेट
before you
प्लेट
get?
प्लेट 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 वो मीटिंग रुक सकता है. मतलब हम लेट मिलेंगे, ठीक है.
As long as you don't get thrown out of class, that's fine.
Yeah.
दिल बुक हम करे मुराई कुले निद्रा हरे मुराई. This was the Assamese song,
Yeah.
which was translated by Gulzar Sahab.
I know the Hindi one.
Yeah.
दिल हो
Dil
Dil
Hu
kare,
Kare. And
dil
Gulzar
kar,
Sahab
dil kar.
first said, Bhupendra said, Gulzar ji, ye to hoga dil dhak dhak kare. Then he said, no Bhupendra, dhak dhak is not sounding nice. We'll retain the hum hum of the Assamese song. And Lata ji ke swar mein hum hum bahut hi acha lagega.
Ah.
Wow. Uh-huh. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Beautiful.
Wow.
What I take your appreciation, but what a
Amazing.
composition.
Amazing. Sunita ji, Anup ji,
सुनीता,
Nehru
वाह
Center
वाह वाह
has
वाह.
reopened physically now. We must plan a program. Speak to the team.
Lovely.
I'd love to host out here. This will be what a delight for our
It will be a
audience.
killer.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
will be an absolute killer.
Really look forward to this. And once again, I'm so sorry, Anup ji, Nanda ji, Sunita ji, Nani ji. I have to leave. I'm already quite late for this meeting. But what an honor to be hosting this program. Bharat Ratna Lata ji is not just a national treasure; she's a global treasure. She's a civilizational treasure. And whatever compliments we give to her is almost like जैसे हमारे ये हिंदी में बोलते हैं सूरज को दिया दिखाना. लेकिन हमारे हाथ में सिर्फ दिया ही है. This is all that we can do, but our heart is pure when we honor and respect someone as great as Lata Didi. And we are so lucky that she was born in our country, in our time.
True.
We
In our
walked here at the
time,
same time
in
as
our
her.
How
time,
true.
we are blessed.
We are blessed. blessed for that. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry that I have to step out right now. But the audience members, Nehru Center, please stay on this. This is a cracker of a program, and there's more to come.
Thank you.
So
जल्दी
thank you,
आएंगे हम,
Amish.
मिलेंगे
Thank
आपको
you so
जल्दी.
much. And now we're going to play Padma Jia's, and you can always watch that later. So thank you
And
so much.
and
Thanks,
hope,
Thank you.
Amish.
Thank you.
thanks, Amish ji, and hope we'll have a closing by Anup ji also.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course. We are coming back, Anupji, and
All
none of
right.
us are going anywhere.
That's the
Amish
beauty.
he's given us the platform to chill now. So,
Okay. Chaliye.
so now, thank you. So now
Bye.
we will move on, and we will bring Padma Jha Fenani Joglekar on stage. So here's something which is very special, which she sent for all of us.
पद्मजा फेनानी जोगलेकर। भारत रत्न लता दीदी आज हमारे बीच नहीं रही। आज हमारे भारतीय संगीत का सुनहरा पर्व समाप्त हुआ। वह हमारी संगीत की देवता, संगीत की माँ और संगीत का आधार भी थी, जिनके सुरों पर हम पाल पोस कर बड़े हुए हैं। उनके तेजस्वी स्वर, उनका शब्दों का उच्चारण, एक्सप्रेशंस और प्रस्तुति भी सभी में परफेक्शन और प्रिसीजन था। ये सभी संस्कार उन्होंने हमारे पीढ़ी को सिखाए हैं। उनका गायन यानी बुद्धि, गला और हृदय, इनका बहुत ही सुंदर संगम था। संगीत में अच्छा क्या, बुरा क्या, जिसे निरक्षर विवेक बुद्धि कहते हैं, वो हमें दीदी ने सिखाई। मैं सचमुच भाग्यशाली हूँ, क्योंकि दीदी का प्यार, दीदी का सहवास और आशीर्वाद भी मुझे सालों तक मिला। अब मैं उनकी कुछ यादें आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहती हूँ। 1981 में मैंने जब दूरदर्शन के लिए पहली दफ़ा गाया, धुंद मंद ही अशीसत, संगीतकार अनिल मोहिले जी का ये कंपोजिशन था, और तब दीदी ने उसे टीवी पे सुन के संगीतकार अनिल जी को फ़ोन करके कहा, ये लड़की कौन है, इसने तो पूरा कार्यक्रम खा डाला और इससे मुझे गंवाना है। ये सुनकर तो मैं आश्चर्यचकित हो गई थी और मुझे विश्वास भी नहीं हो रहा था इस बात पे। दीदी ने 1984 में निवडुम फिल्म के लिए मुझसे गवाया, और संगीतकार थे मेरे गुरु ही पद्मश्री पंडित लता मंगेशकर। केव्हा तरी पहाटे, उलटून रात्र गेली और लवलव करी पाते, इन दोनों गानों ने इतिहास रचा। इसका क्रेडिट मैं संगीतकार को, शायर सुरेश भट्ट साहब और दीदी को भी देना चाहती हूँ। 1982 में दीदी ने और मेरे गुरुजी ने मुझसे तरुण आहे रात रजनी गवाया टीवी के लिए ही, और जैसे कि मैं रिहर्सल करके घर आई, वैसे ही मुझे अननोन कॉल्स आने लगे कि कल का रिकॉर्डिंग कैंसिल। मैं बहुत ही दुखी हो गई, क्योंकि मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा मौका था। तब मैंने दीदी को फ़ोन किया और उन्होंने कहा, ये तो आपकी सफलता का पायदान है। ऐसे उन्होंने मुझे मेरी करियर की शुरुआत में ही ज़बरदस्त सपोर्ट किया। और एक भारी किस्सा है, मैं अमेरिका मेरे कुछ कॉन्सर्ट्स के लिए, क्लासिकल कॉन्सर्ट्स के लिए मैं गई थी 1984 में। उसी वक्त दीदी के भी कुछ कॉन्सर्ट्स थे, तो दीदी उतरी थी न्यूयॉर्क एयरपोर्ट पे, तो प्रेस रिपोर्टर्स ने उन्हें घेर लिया और पूछा कि इज़ देयर एनी अदर वॉइस रैंकिंग अलोंगसाइड यू। उन्होंने कहा, yes, I see a spark, a young girl, Padmaja Fenani, and she is extremely talented with an outstanding voice, and she is my hope. उसके बाद मेरी जिम्मेदारी बढ़ गई। मुझे खुशी तो ज़रूर हुई, लेकिन मेरी जिम्मेदारी बढ़ गई। 21 मार्च 2001 ये तो मेरे जीवन का सुनहरा दिन था, क्योंकि दीदी को भारत रत्न स्वीकारते हुए देखने का मौका मुझे मिला, और उसके तुरंत कुछ पल बाद ही मेरा नाम पद्मश्री के लिए अनाउंस हो गया। राष्ट्रपति जी से अवार्ड लेने के लिए मैं जा रही थी, तो मैंने दीदी को देख लिया, उन्हें प्रणाम किया। उन्होंने मुझे बहुत प्यार से पीठ पर से हाथ सहलाते हुए मुझे कहा कि विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। बहुत ही खुशी का दिन था वो। दीदी का सुर यानी ईश्वर, ये ईश्वर भी ऐसे दीदी को फिर से निर्माण नहीं कर पाएगा। आज दीदी हमारे बीच नहीं है, उनके स्वर जब तक चांद और सूरज रहेंगे तब तक इस धरती पर रहेंगे। उनका स्वर अजरामर है। अब मैं केव्हा करी पहाटे और कहीं ये वो तो नहीं गाकर उन्हें श्रद्धांजलि दे रही हूँ। कहीं ये वो तो नहीं, ये गाना जब गुरुजी मुझसे गवाते थे, पंडित रिद्धनाथ जी, तब कहते थे कि दीदी के बाद ये गाना मैं तुमसे सुनना पसंद करता हूँ, और जब मैं सुनता हूँ तुमसे तब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कहीं ये वो तो नहीं, यानी वो यानी ईश्वर। ये मेरे लिए बहुत ही बड़ी सम्मान की बात थी। इन गानों में मैं श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित कर रही हूँ दीदी को। धन्यवाद। जरा सी आहट होती है तो दिल सोचता है कहीं वो तो नहीं, कहीं वो तो नहीं, कहीं वो तो नहीं, कहीं वो तो नहीं, कहीं वो तो नहीं। चुपके सीने में चुपके सीने में कोई जैसी सदा देता है। शाम से पहले दिया दिल का जला देता है उसी की ये अदा, है उसी की ये अदा। कहीं वो तो नहीं, कहीं ये 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 वो तो नहीं।
वाह 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 वाह, मजा आ गया, क्या अच्छा गाया। वाह वाह, मजा आ गया, मजा आ गया।
Thank you so
बहुत
much.
बहुत अच्छा गाया पद्मजा,
पद्मजा,
बहुत अच्छा गाया।
बहुत खूबसूरत. This was
It is
lovely.
just that the
So,
audience knows, Nani, that Padmaja's sister, who's also a very well-known artist, is exhibiting in Delhi today. So she had to
oh,
go to be with her sister. Or yeah, so that was the reason that she gave us this video.
yeah, because she wanted to be a part of the
बहुत
event
अच्छा।
for sure. This was very special for her. So she said, "Ki main zaroor, I would definitely want to give something." So
Yeah, so we have two Padmashris with us in this show.
yes, we
Anup
do.
and
Anoopji and Padmaja. Yes, of course. So coming back to we've overshot on our time, but of course, I mean a musical tribute. Without that, we cannot end the show. So Nandaji, before we hand over to Anoopji and to Sunitaji to give us a beautiful finale for today, would you like to say some last words for Lataji? Nandaji, you're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. Ji.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
When I went back to India after that concert, all my friends came and asked me, "Did you really meet Lataji?" I said, "Not only I met, I touched Lataji's feet." Then all of them came and hugged me. "I want to touch you because you have touched our Aradhya Daiva." And that was Lataji for us. So very special. I just thought, it's something dream come true. And these are great people. We are all lucky to be living at the same time when these people walk this earth. That much I can.
Absolutely. So beautifully said. Very, very beautifully said. So, of course, over to you, to Anupji and to Sunita to take this to a beautiful finale with anything precious for Lata Didi and about Lata Didi and on Lata Didi.
Anupji.
Over to you.
I
There is
think
some talking coming from
he
somewhere. I don't
can't
know
hear.
where.
Anupji can't hear us, I think.
I can hear, I can
Anupji?
hear, I can
Oh yeah.
No, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
hear। मैंने करीब 3 महीना पहले लता दीदी को ये जोक सुनाया था फोन पे, क्योंकि मुझसे वो फोन पे कहती थी जोक सुना दो कुछ। बहुत हंसी थी। जोक ये था, उनको मैंने कहा कि मेरा एक प्रोग्राम चला था, कॉन्सर्ट हो रहा था और बहुत लोग प्यार से सुन रहे थे, खूब ऑडियंस थी, मैं गा रहा था, वो सब सुन रहे थे। तो मैंने क्या देखा कि फर्स्ट रो में एक लेडी बैठी हुई, उनकी गोदी में एक बच्चा, वो रोता ही जा रहा था, रोता ही जा रहा था। तो मैंने उनसे कहा, बहन जी इसको चुप करा दीजिए। तो वो बोली, ये भी यही कह रहा है। बहुत हंसी थी। अब मैं उनका एक गाया हुआ गीत सुनाता हूँ, जो मदन मोहन जी की म्यूजिक में।
Beautiful.
यूं हसरतों के दाग मोहब्बत में धो लिए, खुद दिल से दिल की बात कही और रो लिए। यूं हसरतों के दाग मोहब्बत में धो लिए, खुद दिल से दिल की बात कही और रो लिए। यूं हसरतों के दाग। घर से चले थे हम तो खुशी की तलाश में, घर से चले थे हम तो खुशी की तलाश में, खुशी की तलाश में। गम राह में खड़े थे, वही साथ हो लिए, खुद दिल से दिल की बात कही और रो लिए। यूं हसरतों के दाग होठों को सी चुके तो जमाने में ये कहा होठों को सी चुके तो जमाने ने ये कहा जमाने ने ये कहा ये चुप सी क्यों लगी है अजी कुछ तो बोलिए
क्या
खुद
बात।
दिल से दिल की बात कही और रो लिए यूं हसरतों के दाग
Wow.
सच अ ब्यूटीफुल वन अनूप
शुक्रिया
जी।
Oh,
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया
बहुत ही खूबसूरत, बहुत 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 खूबसूरत एंडिंग, इससे बेटर हो नहीं सकता था। इट
lovely
वाज
tribute.
रियली
Nice.
थैंक्स सो
beautiful
मच थैंक्स सो मच
and so apt, so apt.
Hmm.
So Sunita, now let's have. So we've done different moods of Lata Didi, which was the very special thing about her music. She had a song for every mood, every emotion, every feeling, every generation, every age group. I mean, that's how large and vast is the legacy that she has left behind. So we've gone through different moods. Yes, Ji. Yes, Nanda Ji.
Yeah, can I just one sentence? Just as a tribute to Lataji, we have a Shraddhanjali program here in the Bhavan in June by Swati
Uh-huh.
Natekarji. Just I
Oh,
wanted to
lovely.
mention
हाँ
that.
स्वाति
Very
वेरी गुड
nice.
सिंगर
Very, very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's, let's
अजय
pray and
पवनकर
hope
जी
that it
की
happens.
सिस्टर हैं
Yes, Ajay Pawankarji,
yes.
sister.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So lovely. So now that we've gone through the many moods of Lata Didi's songs, Sunita, let's have something which is peppy because
Yes.
Didi gave everything.
I know. So these are the classics, and then of course this song Ranojit hasn't. I have not played with him because he's a Western classical pianist. He plays by the ear with me, so you have to forgive him with all the chords he gave in the other two songs. We haven't prepared. I was preparing to play Aja Re, but I want to play a song which is a modern song of Silsila, which is my favorite. And the famous,
Oh,
you don't have to know the song. I don't have to tell you the song.
Hmm. Ah. Ah. Mhm. 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 Wow.
This was
This was
such a
such
beautiful
a
one.
beautiful one.
Amazing.
Amazing. I think you two keep on rocking it.
वाह वाह सुनीता जी, क्या बात है,
थोड़ा वायलिन का सुर,
वाह
थोड़ा थोड़ा the tune is कॉल किया है थोड़ा वायलिन का one of the strings, but
अभी एक चीज बहुत फेमस कही जाती है ना, कुछ लोगों को फिशिंग की आदत है।
I'm not fishing.
So अभी अब वो फिशिंग का तो फिर but it was such a beautiful one, Sunita. Really, and I'm saying this on behalf of all of us, and I think we should end the show now. We've already spilt over by 15 minutes. So all I want to say is on behalf of Nehru Centre London and of course the cultural wing of the Indian High Commission in UK, we are extremely grateful to our entire audience first for being with us today. Extremely grateful to Anupji, to Nandaji, Sunita, Padmaja, and of course Amish is the host. So I will not say I'm extremely grateful to Amish, but I'm extremely grateful to Amish as Showcase Events for giving us the opportunity to host this for the Nehru Centre London today. And we do hope that at some stage we are able to come to London and host it there physically or anything else as well. But as a special tribute, Lata Didi will always be remembered as that icon. You don't, icons are not born every day. So we have lost an iconic figure from our country. But of course, she will live on forever and ever until eternity. I feel all of us are blessed to have been born in the era and time when she existed and she was there. So we've got a lot of stories to tell our great grandchildren. I'm not even saying grandchildren, up to great grandchildren. So
so special
thank you.
thanks to Showcase Events, Showcase
you,
Studio, and
thank you,
entire team of Naina, Rajeshri, and Noor, and of course led by Nani. When we discussed this with Nehru Center, I wouldn't be able to do this whole technical platform. So I was very happy to partner. We were very happy to partner with the Showcase for Nehru Center. So thanks to the entire team.
Yes,
And again, from my
absolutely.
end also thanks. It's a privilege and honor to share the stage with Nanda Kumar ji, Anup ji, and with my dear friend Padmaja.
Honor for all of us, and of course to have a legend like Anoopji, amidst us paying his tributes is amazing. Thank you, thank you.
thanks.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्.
So with this we come to the end of today's beautiful session. Of course, music never has an end. So we can go on and on and on singing all the beautiful melodies, but hopefully another time, another day, and very soon. So until then, until our next event for the Nehru Centre London, and I hope for the Bhavan London as well.
Thank
So, so
Yes,
whenever we
thank you.
do anything else next, we look forward to
Thank you.
seeing you all very soon and take care of yourselves. And just before I leave, I definitely want to bring both my girls up on stage because they are the ones that have been the absolute pillars of putting the whole show event together. And I cannot go without acknowledging the team. So thank you, Naina. And I can't see Rajshri here, but
Thank you, thank you,
thank you for all the hard work and the support.
thank you so much.
So
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Namaste.
until next time, thank you very much. Take care of
Namaste.
yourselves. Good night from us in India, but of course, good
Namaste.
evening and have a lovely
Namaste.
day. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
सबको नमस्कार.